Hi and welcome to the Crochet Circle. My name is Alex and in today's video I want to show you how to make letter F. As you know from before, first I'm gonna get my piece of paper and a pen and I'm just gonna walk you through how it's actually gonna be done. So an outline of the letter F is like this. I'm gonna start here in the bottom with chain 8. I'm gonna do 13 rows up. I'm gonna do the extension with again chain 8. Then I'm gonna do 5 rows up. Then I have here 6 more rows and I'm gonna finish at this point. Don't worry about it. All these important points will have a timestamp in the description below. And then the second part of the letter F will be when I'm gonna start on the top, do the extension with chain 14 and then just single crochets all the way till I get to row number 30. Now that you kind of know how it's gonna be done, I think I can begin. I have my yarn. It's just some scrap yarn that I have, and I have my 3mm hook, and I'm gonna begin. So the base is chain 8, so that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now I'm gonna do chain 1 to go up in the next round and do a single crochet in the second stitch from the hook. So this is now single stitch 1 and I need to do 7 more, so altogether I'm gonna have 8 single crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Again, when I'm doing the first row, I do want to have 2 of the loops on my crochet hook when I do a single crochet. Okay, now the first row is done. I need 13 rows altogether and I could just do all those 8 single crochets in a row. And don't forget, when I start a new row, I do a chain 1 just to go up, and it kind of levels up much nicely if I wouldn't be doing that chain 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, perfect. I do a chain 1 and then I turn my work and I go with single crochets all the way till the end. So the letter F uses only chains and single crochets. Well, I will have also a slip stitch, to be honest, when I'm gonna be joining this second part up there, but we'll get to there and I'm gonna show you how to join the top part, the second part, to the first part of the letter F. But first I need 13 rows of 8 single crochets. I'm not gonna count. I mean, if you have a row counter, you can definitely press that button for your rows so you know where you are, but what I'm gonna do is when I'm gonna think that I'm close to number 13, I'm gonna just count the rows and hopefully I won't have to undo any rows. What you can also do is just a piece of paper and a pen and then just write down a tick that you do after each row you finish. But here I'm just gonna count them after a few more rows, so I'll know how many I still have to do, and hopefully I won't go after over 13, because if I'm gonna go over 13, that means I will have to undo rows. I do a chain 1, turn the work around, and 8 single crochets. I'm just gonna count how many I have. I'm just gonna do chain 1, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that means 2 more rows of 8 single crochets. So now this is row number 12. And this is row number 13. I'm just gonna double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now I have to do the extension. That means I'm gonna do 8 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna do one more chain, just again to go up to the next row, and then in the second one, so not in the first one, but in the second one, I'm gonna do a single crochet. And I'm gonna have 8 single crochets on the chains and 8 on the solid part. Altogether I have to have 16 single crochets when I finish this row. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and now 8 more on the solid part. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. I said I need 5 rows like this. This is row number 1 done. So I need 4 more of 16 single crochets in a row. That's row number 2. Now I'm up to row number 3. Again, just single crochets till the end. That's row number 3 done. 2 more rows. As you know, perhaps I am doing these things in batches or in packs, parts, if you would like to say so. So I don't have to count like this is now row number 16. I have 13 rows until here, and then I reset it and I need 5 rows up there, because it's much easier to count lower numbers than to keep track where you're actually at. But don't forget, you have a link to the diagram for the letter in the description below, and you can definitely go and check it out. So this is now the 5th row that I'm doing, and after this row I'm gonna do a reduction, and then it's gonna be time to start with the reduced part again, and then the second part for the top. Chain 1. So I have here now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. So this is until here, and now I need 6 rows of just 8 single crochets. But there are 2 ways that you can do this part of the F while joining with the top. One part is doing 6 rows. Wait, I just need to count this first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So the first version, if I can call it like that, is doing 6 rows of 8 and then joining it this part. I'm gonna do this on the current letter that I'm doing, but for the second letter that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do only 5 rows, and then the 6th row is actually gonna be joined, started from here, and then all together in one part will be that row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's 2 rows done. I need 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now in the description below, only the pattern for this letter will be up, but as you can see, you can change it a bit if you want. I need 2 more rows like this, because that's the fun part while crocheting. Sometimes you can adapt a pattern and make small changes as you go. And now the 6th row. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna cut the yarn. I'm gonna do here chain 1 and just pull it through. So now I have to start in the last one. If you look at this one, in the first one of this row. So I'm gonna get my yarn, I'm gonna do a slip stitch, and then I'm gonna continue with the chains. So I need chain 14. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. Again, to go up to the next row, I'm gonna do chain 1, and in the second one from the hook, so not the first one, but in the second one, I'm gonna do a single crochet. I need 14 single crochets on the chains and 8 more on the solid part. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now this is gonna be 12. And 13. I'm just gonna double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And the last one, 14. Perfect. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this starting tail on top of my work and just work it in so that I don't have to worry about the loose end when I finish my F. At least this one, because I have plenty of others as well. So this is row number 1. I need 6 rows like this, so it's gonna be 6 rows of 22 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This is 21, and the last one, 22. Okay, so as you can see, letter F is slowly getting its shape, and I need 4 more rows like this, so 4 more rows of single crochet 22, and altogether it's gonna be 6 rows of 22 single crochets in each row. So that's 3 rows done, and I need 3 more rows like this. And as you can see, the letter F is really easy to do because there are no increases and there are no decreases. It is made in 2 parts, but it's still quite an easy letter to do if you need it for your project. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more rows to go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last row for the letter F, it's just gonna be 22 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And altogether it should be 30 rows. Am I brave enough to count them? Yeah, I think I can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Perfect. Let's not lose a stitch. I can cut the yarn, do a chain 1 and just pull it through. So the first letter F is done. As you know, I'm gonna be doing 2 letters F, and then I'm gonna be joining them together with single crochets, and I'm gonna stuff the letter and it's gonna look a bit more puffy and it's gonna hold its shape much better. But if you want, you can just use 1 letter F, just block it, and it should be fine as well to use on the projects that you perhaps need. Okay, so the first one is done. Now I'm up to letter 2, and don't forget, this one will be just a bit different because I'm gonna show you how to make the top part a bit different. The base is again chain 8, so I'm gonna do chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, chain 1 to go up to the next row and do 8 single crochets. That's 1, 2, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And again, don't worry, the timestamps will be in the description below how the other version is done. So I need 13 rows of 8 single crochets. I'm still doing just 8 single crochets in each row until I have 13 rows. After that I'm gonna do the extension. So I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need 4 more rows to go. That's row number 10. Now I'm on row number 11. Row number 12. And this is now row number 13. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I have to do this extension. That means I have to do chain of 8. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chain 1, and in the second one from the hook I'm gonna start with single crochets. I already have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I have 8 more on the solid part, so that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, because 2 times 8 is 16. Now I need 5 rows like this, so row number 1 is done, and I need to do it 4 more times. And yes, I am resetting the counts when I'm doing separate parts of the letter. Oh, there's a knot. Hopefully no more knot. Now that's the row number 2. I need 3 more rows like this. And I'm on row number 3 out of 5. Now 2 more rows to go. Oh, and I have a mess with my yarn, but as I already told you, I got this yarn from an old lady and I'm gonna use it, you know? And I think what a perfect way to honor it than to make a tutorial and to put it up live to live for a long time. So this is now row number 4. number 5. After this row, I'm gonna start with the reduce. Now I'm at this part where I need to do, it says in the pattern 6 rows, but I'm gonna show you a different way to make it. So I just need 5 rows of 8 single crochets, because the 6th row will actually be single crochets and then chains all in one row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now that's row number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. That's row number 2. Now I'm up to row number 3. Now row number 4. And row number 5. So this is now a different kind of a version. I'm gonna do 5 rows of it, and then this row and the chains will be the 6th row. So I'm at row number 5 here. When I finish this row, I'm gonna cut the yarn, and then I'm gonna start with the 6th row on the other side, of course. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna do chain 1 and cut the yarn and pull the yarn through. So this is the second version. Now I have to start in the left top corner, do 8 single crochets, so that is actually gonna be this 6th row, and afterwards I have to do chain 14. How I join: I do a slip stitch, again I do a slip stitch, I do a chain 1, and I do a single crochet in the same stitch. That means 1, 2, and you can see again the starting yarn, I'm just putting it on top of my work, so I work it in and I won't need to worry about it at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this is now the 8th one. And now from this 8th one I continue with chain 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Again, going up into the next round, it's chain 1, and in the second chain from the hook I do a single crochet, and I need 14 plus 8 single crochets, that means 22 altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And now 8 more, that means 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. Altogether I need 6 rows up here, so I need to do 5 more rows like this. So altogether 6 rows of 22 single crochets, and then the second letter F will be done. I did show you 2 different kinds of letter that you can do. It's the same pattern, it just you just stop the first part in 2 different rows, but the outcome is the same. What I now hope is, I'm actually hoping that I'm gonna have enough yarn from this ball of yarn. So fingers crossed. If not, I'm just gonna join it with some other blue that I still have. And when I'm gonna run out of this blue yarn, I'm gonna start with yellow. So this is how much I got left. It's not looking good, to be honest. I don't think it's gonna last me for all the rows that I have to do, because I still need to do 4 more rows. But even if I will have to join the yarns together, no worries. That just means one knot more to work in at the end. And you can control it, which F will be the front and which will be the back side of the F. So the one with the yarn that I'm gonna perhaps have to join will be on the back side, because the back side is not seen from the front. So I have 1, 2, 3. Now I'm up to row number 4. Row number 5 of this top part. Actually, it looks like I'm gonna have enough yarn, so hopefully I won't have to join those 2 yarns together. I'm just gonna be joining the 2 letters F together. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 more row, and then I'm gonna be done. with the second letter F, and all I will have to do is first I'm gonna sew in the loose ends. I don't need to sew them in much because they are gonna be in the middle of the letters. That means it's not gonna be shown where they are in, and you will not be able to pull or tug them anywhere. Now please do tell me, am I lucky or not? That is how much yarn I got left over from this second letter F. One more single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, perfect. Chain 1, cut the yarn. So this is my leftover. I think I did a great job with using at least this one and pulling the yarn through. Okay, so what I'm gonna now use, I'm gonna get my needle and I'm just gonna work the yarn in. So let's say this will be let's see. Yeah, this will be the bottom F, so this one needs all the loose ends on this side. As you can see, I'm not going through a lot when I'm trying to hide the loose ends. You don't even have to bother with all the loose ends, to be honest. You can just work with them when you're joining the letters F together, but I think this 5-minute job that you can do before you actually start joining the two letters together will save you some nerves in the end when you're gonna be joining them, because you won't have to watch where those loose ends are so much. So I think I got all of them. This one's in, this one's in, this one's in, and this one's in. So this is the back F, and it's facing face side down. Now this is the second F, and this one should be facing face side up. When I say face side up, that means all the loose ends are on the back side, so you cannot see them. Oh, and you cannot see where I'm sewing the loose ends in. So this one's done, this one's done. I need to fix this one. And the starting one. Let's see on which side, on that side. So it has to be here. Okay, so now that I have both of my letter F's done, I'm gonna align them, and then I'm just gonna single crochet all the way around, and you're soon gonna be able to see the final result. So here's another ball of yarn that I have. This is actually, I think, the last one in blue, so all the other letters are gonna be done. I think I will get one more letter out of this blue one, and then the rest will be in different colors. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna start here in the 4th from the end. In the 4th stitch, I'm going through both of the front loops of the front letter and through both loops of the back letter F. I'm doing a slip stitch, a chain 1, and a single crochet. Now all I have to do is single crochet all the way along, and when I'm turning a corner, that just means I'm gonna show you just in a second. So this is my last stitch. I'm gonna do a single crochet, a chain one, and another single crochet in the same stitch, and then I do single crochets in each of the rows down, and that's pretty much it what it needs to be done. Oh, I will show you here on this corner, the inner corner. I'm not doing much there. All I'm doing is a slip stitch in the middle. That means that I'm gonna be having a nice tight corner with no holes for the filling to kind of run out or be seen. So yeah, I'm just doing single crochets. And the two letters F are joined together nicely. And again, I'm without my stuffing anywhere near around me, so you're gonna then see me wander off and look for it. I mean, I already see it, but it's not in my reach, so I will have to pause the video for just a bit to get my stuffing, and then I'm gonna be back. So this is my last stitch of this row. To turn the corner, I need to do a chain one and another single crochet in the same stitch, and then just continue on the other side as before. And one more stitch. Now I'm at the corner one, that means chain one and a single crochet in the same stitch. Now I'm just doing again single crochets in each row. Now one more stitch. Here you can see it's the inner angle, so I'm just gonna go in, I'm gonna do a slip stitch, and then I'm gonna continue on the other side. It is a bit of a challenge to hold, even for me, but you can definitely use either pins or other things to clamp it together. One more stitch, and now I'm at the corner one. So this type of corner needs chain one and a single crochet in the same stitch. Now I'm going up the row. this is gonna be my corner stitch. Again, to turn the corner, chain 1 and a single crochet in the same stitch. Now both of the letters F are the same, so all the stitches should align perfectly. Now this is my last stitch. Now in the corner I'm gonna go with a slip stitch and then continue up. Now the next one is again, no, it's still one more stitch, and then in the corner one I'm gonna do a slip stitch. I'm gonna do 2 more single crochets and then I'm gonna start stuffing the work. So that's 1 and 2. Now I'm just gonna stuff this part. Okay. This is the starting tail, that's fine. All the rest of them I'm just putting in the body of the letter F. So first I'm gonna put the stuffing all the way down and then just fill it up bit by bit. And don't forget, you have to put some stuffing in this part of the arm, or whatever I can call it, of the letter F. No, actually I'm gonna call it a nose. Okay, I'm gonna stuff it more when I'm gonna turn the top corner up here. Again, I'm just continuing with single crochets. As you can see, the stitches are aligned, and that means it's much easier to work because the holes are on top of each other, kind of. Now one more stitch, and this is my corner stitch. So again, to turn the corner, chain 1 and a single crochet in the same stitch, and just doing single crochets all the way to the top. Now this is the corner stitch. Again, to turn the corner, chain 1 and turn the corner. If you want, you can definitely do in the corners 2 chains. It's nothing wrong with it, but I think chain 1 is fine for me. But yeah, if you think you need 2 chains to turn the corner because your stitches are a bit smaller or a bit tighter, then just do 2 chains in the corner to turn it around. I'm just gonna put this yarn in the work. I'm gonna work till around here, so like 5 or 6 more stitches, and then I'm gonna try filling it up almost to the top. Okay, I still have some room here to fill the letter F up. So what you also have to know, the more you will have the letter F in your hands and squish it and munch it around, the better shape it will have, because the filling will be much nicer distributed throughout the letter. Just a bit more, and then I'm gonna close it up. Okay. I will be closing this up with an invisible stitch. If you don't know how to do that, you can definitely check out my video about the sunburst granny square, but I'm also gonna explain it here. So I'm gonna cut the yarn, I'm gonna pull the yarn through. As you can see, I didn't do a chain 1, so I have now yarn in my needle. I'm not gonna go in on the first single crochet that I did. I'm gonna go in on the second one, and this stitch that I'm actually gonna do, it's gonna cover the first single crochet. So now you can see, actually you cannot see which stitch was joined. Isn't that cool? I know. It is. Now I'm just working a bit the end yarn in. I'm gonna bring it down to here. I'm gonna bring the starting yarn down to the same place. And then I'm gonna make a knot. Again, I am trying to kind of scoop the yarn a bit. Okay. I'm gonna just use my thinner needle. Now I'm gonna pull it in, and the knot is actually gonna go inside my work. And you cannot see the knot. I can cut the yarn and crochet a letter F is done. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a comment. If you have any questions, just ask in the comment box below. If you have any wishes for me what to do next, you can definitely also leave a comment as well. I think that's it. You got two different patterns for the same letter F, two different versions, and I think you can do both of them, or just pick whichever you liked or whichever you preferred. And till the next time, I'm gonna say happy crafting!